Hello everyone! That was a good hello. I'm usually very awkward with them. But anyway, today I wanted to do a my tattoos kind of video where I just show you what tattoos I have and where I got them, what they mean to me, that kind of stuff. I'm joined with P, so don't mind him. He's very large. It's just my buddy today. He has a hole in him. But we'll ignore that because I don't judge people's flaws when I just scratched my nail. Okay, let's get started with the video though. So I have, how many tattoos do I have? I have 4 tattoos right now. I got my first one when I was 18 on May 16th. And my birthday is on the 7th, so I didn't wait very long. The first one is on my stomach on the right side. And it is a silhouette of a gecko, and it's got a little mint green kind of stripe down the middle as well. I'll insert, clips of the tattoos that I'm talking about, just so it's not left to your imagination. And I'm sure that's what you would want to see. So yeah, I got that one at this place called Blackbird Electric. It's downtown Calgary, by this guy named Max Gurchov. Okay, I don't know how to say it, but I got it done by him. He was, I believe, an apprentice. Like, he had only been tattooing for about 2 years, so if I could go back in time, I would have probably gotten someone with more experience, especially for my first tattoo. But other than that, he was fine. It was okay. Oh, and by the way, I'm 21 now, so I've had that one for 3 years. 3 years and a bit. That's weird. That's a long time. Yeah, so the gecko represents family in Malaysia. Just like bottom line, it represents my family. But specifically, in Malaysia, you always see a lot of them crawling on the walls. We get those instead of spiders, which is what I find in Canada here. And I would take a gecko any day over finding spiders, but my cousins are like terrified of them. I personally love them. And I just remember this one time I found a gecko in the shower, and I've always wanted to take one home back to Canada, so I went and took a container, and I tried to catch it, and I did, but I accidentally chopped off his tail. I know, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Gecko. And when it came off, it like wiggled the tail. The gecko probably wiggled too, but yeah, the tail came off. It's kind of used as like a scare tactic, like a distraction. They detach their tail on purpose if there's like a bird or something trying to eat at them, and then the bird will go for this moving little tail instead of the actual gecko, and then it'll give the gecko time to run away. So I caught it, and I accidentally like chopped off his tail, and the tail started wiggling, but I caught the gecko. And obviously I couldn't actually take it home. I don't think my cousins like that one that much, since they all kind of hate them, except for my one cousin, Lindley. Shout out to you, girl. I love you and your love of geckos also. So yeah, that is my first tattoo. I had my wonderful friends Leanna and Emily come with me to get it. We kind of left school and then I got it, and then we got sushi, and then we went back to school. My second tattoo, it was this one that I have on my wrist. I don't know if you can see that. Just that way. It's just the Triforce from the game Legend of Zelda, and I have the right one colored in, the right triangle, which represents courage in the game, and that's the one that Link has. This tattoo represents, courage, obviously. It also represents my childhood, my love of the game, and it's just really cool because people, they'll always come up to me, they'll say, is that a reference to Zelda? And then we just start talking about the game, and they're like, oh yeah, that's awesome. And a lot of people ask, like, why do you only have one triangle colored in though? Because most people, if they get the Triforce tattoo, they have all three of them colored in. The other two, the top triangle is power and the left one is wisdom, but courage just resonated with me, and I feel like I can always use more courage, so hopefully this one will give me that. I got this tattoo, I think it's been 2 years now that I've gotten it. I think I got it in like 2014 or something. I got it at Ascending Koi is what it's called, and that place is so cute because the house that they run out of, like they bought this house and it's over the years it's been turned into so many different things. Like previously it was an ice cream house, it was a Halloween costume shop, and now it's a tattoo parlor, which is so cool. And the outside it's painted a cow. It's white. Wait, what color is it? It's white with the black like shapes on it. And yeah, it's just so cute. That was like my favorite place ever. I went in, and since it was a simple tattoo, I didn't really care who did it, but I was like please don't give me an apprentice. But they gave me this guy called Rob. I'm not sure what name he actually goes by as his like first and last name kind of thing, but his Instagram is Embryo Rob, and then there's also his business card, Rob Sweets. So I had him do this tattoo and it was really cool. I had Emily come with me again. She's come with me for almost all of my tattoos except for the one, and it was super cool. It only took like half an hour, I think, after he got everything set up. Oh, and it cost $100, and then my Gecko one cost $280, I believe, which that one I feel like was kind of a ripoff, but you know, because that one only took an hour as well. Anyways, this one took 1 hour. It was this really cool little shop, and his area was like in the basement. That sounds weird. But it was in the basement. He had his own area, so it was like nice and private, and we just sat there and talked about Zelda, talked about him going to ACAD, which is really cool because that's where I'm going right now. I'm entering 3rd year. Just want to be graduated right now, but you know, that's a whole nother story. So yeah, he did that one. I would highly recommend him. And then he comes into play again for my 4th tattoo, so we'll get to that. But for my 3rd tattoo, I have on my arm there, and I have an interesting story about this one. So me and Emily, my best friend, we went to get sort of matching tattoos, but not. They're similar, they have the same idea, but they're still different from each other. So we wanted to get these as like best friend tattoos. So we both got moon-shaped ones, and there was this event going on. This place called Blackbird Electric again. Black Owl Tattoo. And they had this $100 tattoo day event kind of thing where you can get like small, medium-sized tattoo within reason for $100. We thought that was pretty cool. We wanted cheap tattoos. The event started at 10 a.m. but we got there at 7 a.m. because we wanted to be the first in line, but we were wrong. So we got there at 7 and there was already quite a few people in line. I think we were like 80th or something like that. And it was freezing because it was, I think, April, but like April in Canada is still winter. Like it was cold as hell. So we had our winter jackets on and my feet were so cold. We just stood there with everyone else in line for 3 hours or whatever. And then Emily saw someone that she knew and she was ahead in the line, so eventually we kind of just snuck off to be earlier in line there. She got one on her back. We both got it done by the same person, and her name was Jessie. She did a moon with flowers and one of the chakra symbols, I can't remember which one, but I will insert a photo of Emily's tattoo, and she did that one on her back. The place where they actually tattooed people was on like the second level, but they didn't allow people to go up there and like, you know, hold your hand and stuff. So I had to wait downstairs while Emily got her tattoo done, and she had to wait downstairs while I got mine done. I actually got mine done first, and I got like this crescent part first with the little dots and stuff and the flowers on the side. And I got the same kind of flowers that Emily has as well, so we have matching flowers. We both have crescent moons, because we always say I love you to the moon and back, and I know it's super cheesy, but it's true. She's my best friend, and we really wanted to get a tattoo to show that, and we've wanted to do that for quite a while, so it was a great experience. Even though it was frustrating. But yeah, even after we went back at 10 a.m. Wait, what? When they finally opened, they still took like a couple hours to get to us, and when they did, we just gave them our ideas, and then we paid, and then we got our tickets, and they were like, okay, so you can come back earlier or later in the day. So that's what we did. They told us to come back at, I think, 4 p.m. or something like that. They said it would be our turn, and we came, and then some lady budged us. They were budging everyone. They were a little disorganized in that event. There was so many people. We actually ended up getting our tattoos. I think we finished at 11 p.m. My camera just cut out. Let's get comfortable again. Everything was fine after 11. We were very tired, but we finally got our tattoos. We were so happy with it, and I will insert a picture of what mine actually looked like at that point. And then the next day, I was like, you know, doing the normal washing of my tattoo, and I've had tattoos before, as I've just told you, so I do know how to do the aftercare, and I think I know it pretty well. But then I noticed that my tattoo was a little green, like there was a little kind of green haloing around there, and I'll insert another picture of that. But at that time I was just like, it's bruising. I bruise very easily, so that's what I thought it was. A couple weeks later, it was still there, and then like a month or so later, it was still there. And then I decided to send a message to Jessie on Instagram, just being like, I'm a little worried that my tattoo was blown out. And she said, yeah, there's a good chance it's just bruising, even though it had been like a couple weeks. You know, bruises don't last that long, even on me. She was like, let me know how it heals up. We'll give it another couple of weeks. And I was going on a 2-month holiday anyways, so it's not like I could get it done yet. So I waited, and after my holiday, it was still green. Very noticeable, actually. I went in person to show her, and she said, yeah, I think it is a blowout. Well, actually she said it was like not quite a blowout, just like an ink leakage. So that's basically what a blowout is. So I don't know what she was trying to say. I think she was trying to make it sound better than it actually was. But thankfully she said that she would add to it for free, because that's the only thing you can do with a blowout. You can either like try and get the ink removed, but that method, I've looked it up, it won't look perfect after still. You know, you'll just have this like lighter patch of skin, or there'll still be some left out. It's really hard to do. So the better method is to add to it or get a cover up, you know, stuff like that. So I definitely didn't want to cover it, but she said that she would add on to it. And I didn't want to add on anything too heavy, so I just put on these flowers right here are the addition, and I had to have it kind of come through the middle and then all along the top, because that's where the green was. There's also a little bit of green here, but it kind of looks like it matches my veins, you know? That part doesn't really bother me. It was just like that huge part on my forearm. And I recently went in to add that. I think it's been like a month since I've had it, and it doesn't look green to me now, so I think we're good. We were gonna plan on adding shading if you could still see the green, but for now I'm gonna leave it. I'm happy with it, and I will probably make a more in-depth video about tattoo blowouts if that interests you. And then my fourth tattoo. This is the most recent one I've got, and the longest as well. I had these recurring dreams when I was younger where I would just like be hanging out with wolves in a forest, and we would, I don't know how old I was, like 5 or something, but I would be like running around with them. I'd like ride them and we'd run around the forest together. They'd come pick me up. I don't know, like that always stuck with me. And especially when you're younger, you know, like what parent would tell you that wolves are okay and they're safe and it's okay to ride them and stuff? No one, right? No parent would tell you that. They'd tell you to stay away, but apparently my 5-year-old self just thought they were okay. I've just decided that they were my spirit animal. And I've thought about this tattoo for so long. I wanted a girl with a wolf headdress, and I wanted her to look kind of real but not, like Final Fantasy type. I was trying to think of what artist to go to. I was looking at everyone's portfolios online, and I remembered Rob Sweets. He left the best impression on me because I think that like during your tattoo too, it's important that, you know, they connect with you and they're able to make you feel comfortable. I wanted to find him again, and I went back to Ascending Koi, but he wasn't there. So I found out that he had actually opened up his own shop, and it's a bit of a drive, but I don't mind it at all. It's still close enough to Calgary. I spent like an hour just making him change his drawing because I'm very picky, but you know, it's gonna be on your body forever, so you have to just speak up if you don't like something. So I changed a lot about the face and stuff like that. He added flowers in the hair, and he also added like wheat, and I was like, what is that? And he's like, oh, it's you know, like some Alberta wheat. I'm like, no, take that out. I don't want that. I made all those changes, and then when I was finally 100% happy with it, we did the stencil and he put it on, and like first try he got it like bang on, great spot, and then he just started tattooing that. I have a picture of the stencil on my Instagram. Apparently everyone always comes in now and says like, oh my god, I want something like that, because he put it on his wall. Everyone always points to that one. I'm like, my work also, I helped with that. And that one took 4 hours, which is actually so impressive for like the amount of detail and the color and everything and the size of it. Like 4 hours is pretty good. But it was he charges $150 an hour, so it ended up being $600 total, which is freaking amazing. I thought it would take like 6 hours at least, but he used like giant needles. The tattoo parlor that he works at now, that he owns, is called 13 Sevens, and he says that he named it that because his favorite gun to use has 13 like needles in it, and then his second favorite is has 7 in it. So the one that he used a lot on me was 9, which was an experience because the most I had experienced before that was 3 at one time. I went from 3 to 9. But that's also why it took so much shorter. The shop has just the coolest vibe. Out of all the artists that I've been to so far, he's the one that I would recommend, and he's the one I'm gonna keep going back to for more tattoos. He even played lights music for me because I was in so much pain by the 3rd hour. He's like, well, you know, we can like stop next time. We can stop and we can finish next time. And I was like, no, I want to sit through this for one session only. I'm not gonna walk out because I'm afraid I won't come back. But yeah, my like leg was like twitching involuntarily. I was like, let me know if this is messing you up, because I don't want a messed up tattoo. Not again. He also like fed me banana bread. He gave me lollipops. Like, it was just the best shop ever. I love it. Everyone like gasps at it when they see it. And the best part of this tattoo is that the Snapchat filters work on it. So like my girl has a little flower crown on it. Oh, and I also forgot to mention that like the girl in it kind of represents me, but kind of not, you know, like it represents me, but I didn't want it to look like me. I wanted it to have similar features, like, you know, black hair, brown eyes. When I was planning it out with him, I didn't want to say like, oh, make it look like me, because then I don't think I'd be happy with it. So yeah, that is my tattoos that I have so far. And I just realized that that last one is the first one that I've gotten alone. All my first 3 tattoos I've had Emily with me. I think I still like people coming with me because it's just a fun experience, you know? You want to experience that with friends. Anyways, I'm about to go to Emily's house. So I need to wrap up this video. Let me know if you want to see any other things. I also have, I can make like a piercing video. I can make that tattoo blowout video, tattoo aftercare. I could make a whole series on tattoos. I could talk about tattoos forever. Take a shot every time I say tattoo. Rewatch this video. I'll be like Memory Heart. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna stop rambling. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys. Oh, this is so close to my face. Oh yeah.